This is America's longest ferry, taking us 97 hours to get from Bellingham, Washington to Whittier, Alaska. That's 5 nights, 6 days on board a ferry that costs more than a cruise, but has fewer amenities. Welcome to the Alaska Marine Highway System. I'm Mike, traveling by train from Miami to Alaska, which has brought me here. So welcome to DownieLive Travels by Train, or Ferry, Season 2. We're going to Alaska. So my train trip across America has led us here. This is the last Amtrak stop in America, Bellingham, Washington. And we really couldn't have picked a closer spot from the Amtrak station to the ferry we're taking. That's it right there. And for the ending of this series, I've invited the hardest working team I know to enjoy it with me. There they are, they're here. They beat me.
Hey buddy.
Hey guys, you made it.
We did.
There they are, the two that's helped make all of this happen. Hello.
We gotta make this quick as we talk.
Matt and Warwick, they've worked on the series tirelessly, episodes 1 through 8, and now they get to ride along and enjoy episodes 9 and 10. Guess first things first, check in. I booked us the small interior berth, but figured I'd ask if there's an upgrade possible. There isn't a 4-berth cabin available, is there? Yeah. Wait, so we're upgrading to a 4-bed, upgrading for less money. Wow. Oh, you did it! Yeah. We saw this in last episode too when we got upgraded last minute. Always ask. Always ask. Thank you.
Thank you.
So let's board and take a look at this fine vessel. All the way across America by train. We're about to board this and continue northwest. The MS Ketchikan will be our home for the next 5 nights. To boat up or not to boat up? That is the question. I feel like that's going to be our line for the rest of this episode is, gentlemen, boat up. So this is the purser. This is where we're going to get our room key.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Here we go. Thank you. Let's check out our room. Welcome to our berth aboard the MV Ketchikan. Welcome aboard.
I think you pushed.
Oh, it's a push. Okay, all right. So we've got bed here, window, which is what we want, the views. This is a huge bathroom. Sink, toilet, shower.
Nice. Okay. Nice. Okay, so there's 2 beds and there's 3 of us. Oh, looks like we got some life jackets here.
And what Warwick and I have just learned is there's no door to the bathroom.
Nope.
Just this curtain. 5 days, 3 guys.
I knew that'd be something.
This is our home for the next 5 nights. Should we go look around the rest of the boat?
Yeah.
This is a 9-deck vessel, 380 feet long, and can hold up to 750 passengers. Best spot to watch the takeoff, this momentous moment. 5 nights on board, listening to the trains go by, on the back of the boat. Here we go. And right on time, we're untied and now officially leaving the lower 48 and headed to the largest state in America. I'm just realizing that we have over 1,300 miles to journey on this ferry and still have another week until I get to the most northern train station, yet I've crossed through 28 states and traveled over 7,000 miles by train, and I'm glad I have these 2 guys along for the finish. All right, let's continue to check out this huge ship. Capacity 150. That is a big lifeboat. Oh yeah. Can we go up? Yeah, always go up. Oh. I guess if you didn't pay for a room, you sleep here. It's warm. You are allowed to camp on the outdoor decks. There are a lot of different seating areas. This is the aft lounge. And this is the lower aft lounge. This is nice. Good place to read and just watch the view. And this is the forward lounge. I guess we'll be doing a lot of sitting on this trip. Let's go see what's on level 7. This is the one with everything, really. So this is the food court eating area. Wait, what? There's a bar on board. A couple of entertainment areas. Oh, board games. And the movie theater. Let's not look yet. Let's come in for 7 o'clock because they're playing Alaska's Inside Passage. Very, very fitting. Yes. Wow, 5 days of this? Pretty good. Basically, we're already bored and there isn't any Wi-Fi for us for the next 5 days. Now, if you are camping and you don't have a room with a shower, There's a bathroom here that has showers inside, as such. But there's also a washing and dryer machine, which is perfect for me because today's video is sponsored by True Earth. Now, I've been on the trains for the last 8 weeks, so I keep True Earth laundry eco strips in my bag. This is 32 loads, the equivalent of a normal jug of laundry detergent, but it is recyclable, compostable, biodegradable, and so easy to use. What I love about the True Earth eco strips, other than getting a full 32 loads out of just a simple envelope, is that one strip does enough for an entire load of laundry. And if you have a big load or a really stinky load, you use 2 strips. And the best part for me while traveling is that they work in both top loading machines and front loading machines, as well as in hot water or cold water. Basically, any machine, they're gonna dissolve completely. So if you wanna try them for yourself, I've got a little 10% discount for you. Click the link in the description down below and use discount code DOWNIE for 10% off and help remove plastic from the household. So thank you True Earth for sponsoring today's video. Welcome to dinner. There is a cafeteria on board where we'll be eating all of our meals. It's simple with kind of a cool retro styling that you would expect on a ferry to Alaska, but what I didn't expect is the daily specials board with a rotating menu of freshly cooked meals. And it was so good. I mean, we almost always choose it. Tonight, there are 2 specials, and we ordered both.
Look at the pot roast.
Barbecue pulled pork pasta, please.
All right, first meal on the ferry. Already, that's good.
Oh, even the Brussels sprouts are good. You kidding me?
Wow,
I never thought of it.
Bro, oh my god, it's just, wow. There's a lot of flavor in there.
For ferry food for the next 4 nights after tonight, we're happy.
Yeah.
I have to admit, that is a huge relief that the food is good, because we have nothing else packed. On this trip, we'll spend the first 2 days passing through Canada. You don't need a passport for this trip because the boat doesn't stop in Canada. But I live in Vancouver, so it's weird to be this close to my home city and not stop. As we continue northbound past Vancouver, we get this amazing sunset to kind of set us off at the beginning of this trip. Holy, what a night. I'm looking forward to more of these. And we actually end up racing one of my local BC ferries. But at this moment, I'm not in a rush. These are the moments that never last long enough. And so, after being apart for 2 months, it's time to just kind of catch up and hang out in our room. I mean, there's no Wi-Fi or anything else to do. They wanted to hear all about the trip. And as you've already seen, well, I had a lot to tell.
Good night, guys.
I slept pretty well. It's a slower rock than the train. It's just a really long back and forth, which is...
Time for breakfast.
I feel like I'm back at summer camp or a high school cafeteria or something. It's kind of fun, but the food is good.
The thing is, once we're done eating, we don't really have anything to do.
It's 11:30 in the morning and we're still sitting around the breakfast table because we kind of have nowhere else to go or anything to do.
And yet something tells me a day on a ferry is not any ordinary day. There, whales! There it is! Oh wow, that's a tail! Oh!
And we decided to take a late morning session in the room. Some working, some reading, some napping. I won't say who's doing what.
Hey, give me a break, will ya? After 2 months on the road, I need a nap. And before you know it, it's time to eat again.
I feel like we just go from one meal to the next.
As we come into one of the narrowest segments of the trip, this stunning landscape gets a lot closer to us. And with that, we get to see some of the small coastal communities up here as well.
Oh, what is that? Look at that ship. Is that a massive yacht or a small cruise ship? I feel like we're being hunted down. But apart from that, it's so peaceful out here. No cell service, no buildings, just nature. So this might be one of the narrowest stretches we go through on our way to Alaska. And not only do we have the big yacht chasing us and catching up to us, but we've caught up to a BC ferry. And because it's so narrow, none of us can pass. So we're just tagging along.
Even though we're on a ferry and not a cruise ship, the nice thing is we still get the exact same views they do.
This place is real.
This is insane.
I should add, Warwick is from Australia, if you can't tell by his accent. So this is...
I've never seen anything like this before. This is just unfathomable.
Fathom it, my friend.
Yeah.
There's a lot more of this coming.
Yeah. I'm sure it's not really coming across the camera. I hope it translates well, but like this does not look real.
No. I really have to say, I think this might be the best way to travel to Alaska, because instead of just flying in and being there, you have 5 days of buildup.
of the landscape changing from what is Washington State through all of British Columbia and ending in the massive Alaska.
Yeah.
And you get to spend 5 days going through this.
I feel like we have this whole thing to ourselves. This is so cool.
I've never seen you smile that big before. You're happy.
Big smiles, big smiles.
We spend all afternoon on the deck, just taking it all in. While looking out at the mountains and water here, it's hard for me not to recognize how varied the landscape in the United States is. From the orange groves of Florida, to the beautiful green Amish country of Pennsylvania, to the misty mountain of New Hampshire, the lonely desert of the Lone State, the red rocks of Utah, the high altitude thin air of Pikes Peak, the canyons of Colorado, and the incredible Grand Canyon. It's so varied and so vast. I mean, America really does offer it all. And back here on the boat, crossing through Canada, I can feel it. The excitement for Alaska is growing.
I am looking forward to the train trip in Alaska. That's a classic Downey adventure.
That you haven't done yet.
I've edited and seen so much footage of
Yeah.
trains, but I've never been on a train trip.
And now we're doing it.
Yeah.
I hate to leave this, but should we do dinner? There you go. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
We each got the same meal, 3 baked chickens. All right, but tonight, we're gonna try the bar. This small bar is only open in the evening and is the social gathering spot for everyone on board. I mean, really, it's just a change of scenery from the other sitting areas on board, but it is a nice way to end the day. Feels like a small town bar.
Yeah, it really does.
So the bar only serves beer and wine, of which we got one of each. What's your ferry experience?
It's very exciting.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Been sitting on that one for 24 hours now.
Now that you've had 2 sips of Cabernet Sauvignon,
Yeah.
how's your ferry experience?
It's very exciting.
No, great experience actually. There's nowhere to go, nothing to do, no service, good friends. Is that one too many wines or is this the boat rocking you, Matt? I guess what's next is we have a little surprise in the morning. We're going to be able to go onto land today. This is Ketchikan, Alaska. Last night we crossed back into the United States and well, we're gonna get about 3 hours on land. When I booked these tickets, I knew the ferry made stops along the way, but I didn't think that we'd be able to get off. We haven't been down here in 2 days. Day 3, getting to go outside. I don't know what I expected. This is a very Alaska day. This feels kind of like a bigger moment than I expected. This is my first time setting foot on Alaska ground. I spent the last 2 months traveling across the country by train for this moment. I don't feel much different.
I still feel like I'm moving a little bit.
We're in Alaska.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Because we're not on a cruise ship, there aren't any day trips or expeditions planned for us. You are welcome to get off the boat, but what you do is up to you. I'm gonna spend some time in the appropriately named Ketchikan Misty Fjord here in the Tongass National Forest. Holy, look at the eagles right down here on the main street. I don't know if I've ever been so close to one before. Clearly, we were very unprepared. We decided to walk into town and we just sort of picked a coffee shop as a destination.
I see you, baby.
Yeah, we've walked 45 minutes, 2 miles, and we found the coffee shop we're looking for.
Let's get
I think
it.
I'd like a latte, please. And it's pretty clear that we are not the only visitors here today. Something tells me this cruise ship is bigger than our ferry. Ketchikan, Alaska is a small town with a population of about 8,000 people, which more than doubles when the cruise ships stop in port. These are some big boats coming into this little town. But it's also Alaska's first city. I suppose that's because it's the first stop when you come by boat. But it's also the salmon capital of the world. This is where the salmon run, headed upstream. Just not this time of year. No fish swimming upstream today, but we did see a harbor seal. This is wild Alaska already. This is what I imagined of Ketchikan, a little like fishing village. So this apparently is the historic red light district, where it says here at Dolly's house, where both men and salmon came upstream to spawn. So apparently prostitution was legal here from 1903 to 1953, but alcohol was prohibited. While it was a hardworking town, it feels much more suited to tourists today.
Obviously, way back in the day, really meant something to the people here. But now it's just tourist
Just
status now.
souvenir shops.
Yeah,
What'd you get?
anti-nausea.
Motion sickness pills?
Yes, sir.
Ferry rocked a little bit last night. Yeah. In our 3 hours on land, I got 10,000 steps in. I guess that's it. Back onto the vessel for another 3 days. Ketchikan was like a teaser of what's to come in Alaska. So, off we go again, with our next stop not until tomorrow morning, which means we have nothing left to do this afternoon. So we settle in to our new routine. A little work, a little relaxation, watch an Alaska documentary, take in the scenery, do a little more work, and then the weather worsens.
This is the most rocking we've experienced. It's not side to side, it's up and down, forward and back.
I'm trying to edit
It's getting rocky for the first time. Wow. And when there's no windows around, you can't see it coming.
Yeah.
And with very little to do during the day, dinner is always a treat.
It looks amazing. When they loaded it up, I was like, let's go.
But there's always a little bit of excitement on the ferry.
Oh yeah. Whales, we gotta go.
There. Oh, splash! Wow. There's 4. It's like these whales have interrupted our dinner, but where else? This isn't a whale watching tour. This is a ferry. Nice and close. Look at that. Wow, what a night. Look at the sun. Getting a little blue sky now.
And even when there's nothing to do,
The days fly by. But I'm determined to go see as much of it as I can and bring you along, obviously. And so this is Juneau, Alaska's capital city.
not only is Juneau the capital city of Alaska, but fun fact, it's also the second largest city in America by area. We know we want to see as much as we can in the 4 hours we have on shore, but the one thing we don't have is a plan.
This is the unexpected part of the trip. So I didn't plan on being able to get off the boat. This is all bonus time. You know I love these bonus side excursions, side quests. We're not in town right now, so we have to see if we can get a cab. Do you have room for 3 to historic Juneau?
I'm here for Gina.
Oh, okay, you're here for Gina. Oh, Gina. That'd be great. Well, we'll pay our share. Yeah, we'd love to go Glacier.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
Gina, I should say. I'm
We're
Mike.
going to Glacier. Hi, Mike.
Hi.
And then we're going downtown.
Perfect. That's exactly what we want to do. Thank you.
Luckily for us, Gina had a plan. Gina called this taxi and is also kind enough to share it with us, knowing it could be a long time until another taxi is available. I guess those few times we bumped into each other in the cafeteria have paid off. And our next stop is the Mendenhall Glacier.
I didn't know there was a glacier in Juneau, and we wouldn't have done it, Gina, if you hadn't asked us. Wow. Holy, that is a huge wall of ice.
This glacier is 13 miles long and is mesmerizing more than you think a pile of ice would.
It's 7:30 in the morning. What a way to wake up.
Whoa, yeah. That was really cold.
Glacial fed lake,
Yeah.
straight from the ice. Doesn't get much colder.
My goodness, this place is beautiful. I mean, even without the glaciers, this place is stunning, and with it, mesmerizing.
Wow. This is why you get off when you can. Get off the ferry. I did not expect any of this. When you come see a glacier in person, you realize they're not actually white. They're like a piercing light blue. We're walking through town in a backlot now, and you just come around a corner, and there's a massive mountain in front of you.
Wow.
Getting our caffeine fix for the day.
With the remaining time in town, Warwick insists on coffee, while I don't want to miss the ferry.
It's never long enough, particularly when a ferry might leave without you. We're
What's
back.
up, Buttercup?
Thanks for coming back to get us.
You bet.
All right, thank you, Cate.
Made it. All right, that was Juneau. Who knows where we'll end up tomorrow morning?
And it's back out to sea we go, but it seems like this time I won't get a nap.
That was a signal for abandoned ship. All hands report to your abandoned ship stations.
I'm not about to ignore a little excitement when I have a full day of nothing to do. Let's go check it out. The entire crew on board the vessel is participating in this training for all life rafts on the boat.
By law, they have to practice them once a week, so this is just a drill.
They're testing the emergency response of the crew and the launching systems for the life rafts.
This is cool to see. We have a little audience up on the deck here, all watching. Thank goodness, it's just a drill. But I've never seen this before.
I went from being alarmed about this all to suddenly feeling much safer seeing them in action. Looks like everything works.
Feeling good for the next 2 days.
And lunch for me is a little comfort food treat.
I can't remember the last time I had a meatloaf, but it looks great. I like all the different options you get on the ferry here. I did not expect that. I thought they'd repeat.
Oh, good, right away.
So it's so incredibly calm out here at the moment. So I came up to the top deck to just enjoy it.
I don't know it yet, but I've unfortunately just jinxed us by saying the water is calm. Perhaps a little too calm. What I don't know is that this is the calm before the storm. You can see the wind and the waves starting to appear now and build up a little bit, but I don't think anything of it, so we're headed to dinner.
Pork roast or cod, when you don't feel those options, look at the regular menu. But as you can see here in the cafeteria, we start to notice a difference. It has changed drastically since I was saying how calm it is out there. I don't think the camera's quite picking it up, but we are rocking again. Oh, it's hard on the legs. Knowing we're entering rough seas, I need to get some fresh air. I'm not trying to play this up and say it's all a crazy storm. It's starting to rock a lot. That's all. Oh, that's a big one. Watch this. Watch. Oh my gosh. Whoa! The seas are rough, but at least the air is fresh. I hate to think how sick Warwick and Matt are feeling inside our cabin right now. They need to be out here. Let's see how the guys are feeling. Oh, how you guys doing?
To be honest, Mike, not doing too good.
Not doing too good?
No.
Can I make a recommendation that may sound crazy? It feels a lot better out in the fresh air and being on the front deck and seeing the waves come rather than lying here in a closed room.
You think?
I'm honest, it's kind of fun out there. In here, it's just sickening. Just try it. If you already feel bad, what's the worst that could happen?
Alright, let's do it. Oh, okay, yeah, do this. I feel immediately better.
Fresh air and seeing it coming, so much better than sitting in the room.
Yeah.
I know at the moment we're all outside feeling sick, but this is kind of the moment I've enjoyed the most from the trip so far. I'm pretty sure none of the other passengers would agree with me, but that's because they're not on the front deck, laughing in the rain. I mean, we're out here riding out the storm together. Okay, geez, that really sounds like I'm making this some sort of metaphor, but I'm not. It was all fun of Mike. Thanks for bringing us to Alaska until day 4.
You know the feeling you get on a roller coaster when you're
Yeah.
at the top?
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
you go we're getting a bit of that.
Except we're on a 500-foot long ship.
Yeah.
We took a bad situation and found a way to make it fun. You rock. To sleep.
I will.
Good night. Sleep well. Feel better. Good night.
Little 6 a.m. action here this morning.
Okay. Different way to board and disembark. It's worth getting up early for. All right. Good morning, Yakutat. Let's go. So you know this is a small town when the ferry terminal isn't actually a permanent ferry terminal, but it's a fisheries dock that they just use for us to get on. Yakutat is our shortest stopover of the trip, with just about a half hour on land or so. But it's also the smallest town with a population of only 600 people. But the only road in and out of this community is this ferry. This is why the Alaska Marine Highway is so important. It's the only supply access for residents. So let's take a quick look around and see what's here.
There's one business in town, it's a general store, and it opens in 30 minutes, so we're gonna miss it. And here is the Yakutat District Court, the police car, the radio station, there's City Hall. We found the only stop sign in town. Well, thanks for coming to our tour of Yakutat. It's raining. We're gonna go back to bed.
You may have noticed that there aren't any tourism businesses here in Yakutat, and that's because the cruise ships don't stop here. Another reason to take the ferry instead.
There we go, baby. We walked the entire town, circumnavigated the town in less than 1,500 steps.
And so, what do you do on your last day? Taking a little post-walk nap, just to warm up and dry off. But when I wake up, it looks like a completely new day. Blue skies and calm seas have us smiling. So, what do we do with our last day? We do what we've always done. A little team building. I don't know if we'll ever get this. Some more, as we call it, film studies of these black and white Alaska documentaries. And of course, we go for an outdoor walk back to our favorite spots. It's warm and sunny out today. Oh, how the weather has changed from last night. Matt's in shorts. It's really warm out all of a sudden. How has your time been aboard the MV Ketchikan?
It's been ups and downs.
Reference to last night?
That's been great. Yeah, food's been amazing. View's been amazing. If you don't get seasick at least once, are you really on an adventure?
That's well put. I don't really know what I expected from this trip, but I think it's exceeded it. I mean, I like that we didn't rush into Alaska. We didn't just fly in. We got to experience a lot. And we still have Alaska to see.
Time flies. It goes a lot quicker than you expect when there's no phone service or anything. Yeah.
I think we can all agree
5 days is a long time, but it's flown by.
Yeah, 100%. It's hard to believe we're getting off in like 12 hours. Yeah.
I think this is kind of a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I mean, it's day 5 now. We actually have memories from all over this boat at this point. Speaking of memories,
Cate decided to draw some of the episodes onto postcards.
no way!
Yeah.
That's so cool. That's episode 3.
Because she loved the series so much.
Cate is his partner who is an artist. And she has an Etsy store. Can we sell these? Can we?
Sure.
That is so cool. I love it. We got it all figured out. This is future Mike, future Warwick, his wife Cate. She's drawn all 10 episodes. We've gotten them printed. We're gonna sell them in packs of 10. So you buy a pack, you're gonna get all 10 drawings. The paper is 90% recycled, and she doesn't know how many we're printing, but we're printing 250 of them. So get them early because they're gonna go. She also will have digital prints there, so you can blow it up if you like any one in particular. I picked this size because they make for a great postcard if you want to send them to anyone, or I don't know, Christmas is coming up, need Christmas cards. Lucky Hues, I've linked it down below to her Etsy page. We're gonna sell her out and blow it up. This is awesome. Thank you, Cate, for the incredible artwork. This is so cool.
Barbecue brisket for the last night.
Oh yes. Dinner tonight feels like the beginning of the end. It's not just another surprisingly delicious meal, but it's seeing our new friends for the last time. I mean, we have to spend 5 days with you, so we're glad you were so great, awesome. So fun.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice flirting with me. I knew I was handsome or something.
You got ready?
Ready.
All right.
The fun people you get to know when the only place to eat for the last 15 meals is in the cafeteria right here. Unexpected pleasure. Unexpected delight. The Alaska Marine Highway System set low expectations, but exceeded them every step of the way. Its plain rooms were a lot more comfortable than we first thought. The food is actually delicious, and the staff are great. Don't miss us too much.
King, you know what? These guys are awesome. Watch your channel. Like
You don't have to tell them to subscribe and all that. They already know to do that. Mondo, great to meet you. All the best. Bye, Ring. Thank you.
Take care, you guys.
The charm is in the old Alaska documentaries, the artwork on the walls, the small town bar, and just stopping in small towns like Yakutat. This is not a cruise ship, and that's exactly what I love about it. I didn't think I'd say this after 5 days on board a ferry, but we kind of don't really want to leave. And so as we wind down our last night in the bar playing games, I'm left unable to sleep. It's exactly midnight, and I'm starting to wonder if it's ever going to get actually dark outside. It's this weird dark blue, kind of still light out. The other thing that's interesting is that everyone is getting off the ship tomorrow except for 10 people who are continuing on. There's no one inside, there's no one outside. It's midnight on our last night. There's nothing left to show you on the boat. So let's just cut to us getting off at Whittier. We wake up on our last morning just as we're pulling into port. No one's forgetting anything?
Nope.
Good to go? Gentlemen, no more boat up. We boat down.
Put it down.
Yeah, this is it. After 5 nights aboard the MV Ketchikan, we have arrived in Whittier, Alaska. Alaska! We made it! And that, the Alaska Railroad, is why we're here. That's next episode. For now, we have to explore Whittier. So Whittier isn't so much a town as it is a port location, where the ship came in and they transfer everything to train. And everyone in town apparently lives in that building there. This town is not our end destination. We're headed north by train, but that's not for another 10 hours. So we can wander around town, even find a comfortable, warm, and dry place to sit to spend the day. But you know, that's not like me. I'm gonna leave the guys there. Leave them working. And I heard next door might be something that interests us to help us kill some time we have here. Luckily for us, right next to the ferry terminal is a Glacier tour that leaves right now. No point spending 5 days on a boat without seeing much. Might as well come and experience it a little bit. Time to enjoy Alaska. Right, guys? Are you enjoying Alaska?
Yes.
They're thrilled. We're taking a giant catamaran to go see some glaciers. This high-speed catamaran is taking us through glacier-carved fjords into Prince William Sound. And as you can tell by the ice floating in the water, and the fact that we're going past Glacier after Glacier after Glacier that this is one of the largest concentrations of tidewater glaciers in the world.
Close to shore.
These glaciers are amazing.
This is what we came for. We did it! Look at the size of this glacier. It's 8 miles deep and 1 mile across. This is Alaska. You get mesmerized by the glacier, but if you turn around, the waterfalls everywhere are incredible. They'd be worth coming to see just on their own.
And as you know, this is not the end of our trip. Next week, we're boarding that blue and yellow train, the Alaska Railroad, to ride the rails to America's most northern train station. And best of all, I get to enjoy it with the 2 editors that worked tirelessly on this series. So they deserve to ride and celebrate the end of this series in style. So subscribe and come back next week for the finale of DownieLive Travels by Train, America.